What's going on, guys? It's Rachel here, back again with another amazing video from Makers Gonna Learn. Today we're going to be talking about the best vinyl brand. So we're going to be putting head to head 3 of our favorite vinyl brands and really compare and see which one we like the best. I hope we have one clear winner, but we might have 2, and all 3 of these might be a good quality, well-made brand. So we will see as the video goes how we like them. But guys, if you do not know who I am or what I do, I am a craft producer at Makers Gonna Learn, which is the ultimate die cutting community. If you guys have a die cutting machine that you maybe don't use as much as you thought you would, or maybe you're a seasoned cricketer and you think that you know everything there is to know about your machine, I challenge you to become a member of Makers Gonna Learn and see how much more inspiration and motivation you can get from our membership. And if you're a beginner, we have so many amazing trainings and teachings for you guys as well. Not only do we have cut files and fonts, but we do have member-only Facebook groups. We have free commercial licensing, amazing e-courses, printable guides, and so much more. Check out the very first link in the description below to see how you can become a member today. So guys, today all we're going to be using is vinyl. That's what we're comparing today. That's what we're testing today. So we have 3 of the same type of little signs here. They're all metal signs from Michaels. So that's what we're going to use today. Along with our vinyl, of course, we have our Cricut and our mat. We have masking paper transfer tape, rubbing alcohol, some weeding tools, and some paper towels. That's what we're going to be using for all of our comparisons today. Now, the brands that we're comparing are Cricut, Starcraft, and Oracal 651. So if you are ready for this amazing comparison, let's go ahead and jump into it. Okay, so we went ahead and cut out all of our vinyl already. We are using yellow from, again, Cricut, Starcraft, and Oracal. So I'll just go ahead and lay these to the side, and I did pre-cut these like I mentioned, so we're just gonna do these one by one here. So I'm going to move those to the side and get our mat, because if you guys know, we love to weed on the mat. So I'm just going to place this down just like I would and bring that camera in so you guys can see a little better. And the first thing that we're going to do is burnish. So we're going to take our scraper tool and we're going to scrape and burnish this down. And guys, if you're brand new to vinyl, go ahead and watch the video I've linked below, which is a beginner's guide to working with vinyl. It'll have so many great tips and tricks for you guys to follow that are going to be a little bit slower paced than this. So we have burnished it down. We have it on our mat. Now we're just going to start in a corner, which is my personal preference on where to start. And we're just going to start weeding. Now, I will go ahead before I even start even more. PSA, I did cut these on the exact same Cricut, on the exact same setting, at the exact same time. So right after one was cut, I cut the other one, and then I cut the other one. They were all cut on more pressure, and I think that that was one of my personal mistakes, was cutting it on more pressure, because I can see little cuts on the very, very back. So these might be cut a little bit deep. So here we go. And it's weeding very well. Just gonna peel this up, keep an eye on it. And I intentionally chose a pretty detailed vinyl image for us today. Okay, we're having some problems already. So I'm gonna stop here, get my scissors, and cut. Now I'm gonna go right here with my scissors. Cut, cut, cut. So now we remove this, make it a little easier for us to work with. Now I'm going to start on a different side. I'm going to start in another corner. Sometimes this helps to start in a different corner. There we go. Our arrow came out nicely. Cute. Okay, look at those little dots came out. And it looks like we're missing 2 dots. So 2 dots got stuck, I see. Let's go ahead and cut this out just like this and see if we can't get these positioned where they meant to go. Go ahead and set this down here. Just gonna try and push that with my finger. Sorry guys, you couldn't see that for a minute, my bad. And here's that. Dots are not wanting to come up for us. Darn you, dots. let's go ahead. Oh, I got one dot stuck on my finger. There we go. So I'm going to move that over, and now I'm going to get some reverse tweezers. Get that dot off my finger here as delicately as I can. And now I'm going to place it where it was supposed to go. There we go. There's one dot. We'll see if we can get dot number 2. And here's dot number 2. There we go. And now we're going to weed the rest of this. I'm going to pick that up just like that. Get the inside of the Y, inside of the O. This weeds really well, guys. This is weeding pretty good, except for that little hiccup there, which is not my favorite. I wish it would have cut better. I mean, especially since we thought that this cut too deep, you would think that it would cut through there and not give us much trouble, but it did, unfortunately. Okay, great. Now I'm going to go in there with my pin tool and get these tiny, tiny little areas. And in here, in our arrow, we have these little tiny areas too. I think it might not have cut the best. Which this is a pretty detailed cut file, so they might all weed this way. And there we go. So now it is fully weeded, and here you can see all you need is love. Super cute cut file. Now we're going to take our masking paper transfer tape and eyeball that. Cut us a piece out, just like so. Oh, and before I forget, I almost forgot the middle of my U here. You guys are probably already in the comments like, Rachel, you missed your U. I understand. You guys are always so amazing and quick to be able to help me out with things like that. So, I don't know if I cut this tall enough. Close. So, when this happens, guys, all I'm going to do, you can see how close I was, is just take another little strip of this. Just like so, and I'm going to cut off a little piece to go right there on the bottom. That easy. Now you can get one for this piece of the A if you're concerned, but it's not really that big of a deal. And now we're just going to burnish. Beautiful. Flip over and remove it from our mat. Now I'm going to go ahead and lay this to the side and then be able to do our next brand. So this is Oracal. The one that we just did was Oracal, if you can see right there. So now we'll move on. And this is our Cricut brand. There you go. Now we're going to burnish down. I'm going to, you can't over burnish, guys. You can't. Just burnish, burnish, burnish. Now, once it's good and burnished, we're just going to start in a corner just like we did with our other brand here. And peel this up. I'm peeling just as slowly and being mindful of all my little details here. Just like that. It got my little dots. Oh, but it's taken up my little curly Q. So I'm going to go ahead and cut. Cut the excess off. And now we can see our curly Q problem here. I'm going to try and lay our curly Q down there. Hold it. Good, good. Okay. Great. Got it. I wish it would stick to the mat better. It's like the backing is a different type of material or something. It's kind of odd. Come on, Cricut. Now we're just weeding in the center of these. One thing I don't like is how it's rippy. It's a little too rippy. And it won't stick to the mat good. And the other one stuck to the mat just fine. Okay. We did get our little dots here though, which I'm so excited about. So I'm glad that the Cricut brand was able to have that happen for us. Now guys, just like last time, we're going to go in on our little bitty pieces with the pen tool. And the little parts of our arrow here. That definitely came out a little bit easier than the other brand, that little bitty detail there. And now that it is all weeded, we're going to do the exact same thing and get us some transfer tape. Just like that. Perfect. Now we're going to burnish. Right. Remove it from the mat. Perfect. Set it to the side. You can see this is Cricut brand. It's really, really dull for you guys. And next, we're going to do our last brand, which is our Starcraft. There we go. I'm going to lay it down. I was trying to make sure I could see what direction it was in. Now we're going to burnish. Again, you can't over burnish, guys, remember. Both of them have weeded fairly well, in my opinion. And if you guys want to see a price comparison, talking about all the different prices, I will link that video down below because in my opinion, price plays a big role in how much I want to spend and the quality of the vinyl that I want and how much I'll buy it and all that sort of stuff. So definitely check that video out if you haven't already. And this is weeding very well. Look, oh my gosh, guys, none of it came up. Look at this. Oh my gosh, guys. It didn't rip or anything. Look how stretchy. Oh my gosh. Look at that. No ripping. It just stretches with me. Finally ripped. Look how good. I didn't have to do anything else up here with those little curly cues or my little dots. They stayed very well. It weeds really, really well. I don't feel like with the Cricut brand that I'm digging into the backing at all. It's like it's a really sturdy material. I feel like I'm weeding quicker with it. Get my pen tool here. Oh yeah, I definitely feel like this. I can tell a difference, guys. I can tell a difference. Now let's go in here. I want to make sure you guys can see the little arrows. Oh, yes. This is great, guys. Done. Look at that. Looks awesome. I love this cut file too, guys. This is one of over 4,000 cut files that we have on the site. If you guys are interested in joining, we have so many cut files, guys. And they're so cute. Now I'm going to add my transfer tape, just like that. And burnish this down. Perfect. Remove it from the mat. Perfect. And now, guys, it is time to prep our signs. So here is one of the signs. I'm going to widen this out so we can see. And the decals are not made to fit these signs, so do not think they are. Don't come at me about like the size being so off because this is so much smaller than our sign. The point of this today is just to apply it on materials that are very, very similar. So that's why we're doing that today. So before we apply our vinyl down, I'm going to take the rubbing alcohol and a paper towel and apply rubbing alcohol all over my sign. I want to clean it really well and make sure it's good and dried. And what this does is it just removes any of the dirt, oil, dust, or fingerprints from the sign that could inhibit it from going down easier. Because vinyl loves to stick to things like this, but it definitely needs to be, you know, slick and clean. So I was thinking about doing 2 of these on one and then 1 on the other, just since I can't fit 3. So I think that's what I'll do. So we'll have 2 of these on one, and then we'll put our third, excuse the noise, we'll put our third on this one here and be able to compare. So we're going to start first with our Starcraft brand. Place it up. So while it's turned over, I'm going to burnish again, just like so. And now I'm going to peel it up very slowly. And again, guys, I did accidentally cut this with more pressure. So, whoopsie daisy. I did cut this with more pressure, so some of these letters are probably going to want to stick down. That's okay if so. You can see how I saved that E there. Oh, look, guys, my little dots and my curly cues. Yay. The tighter and slower you weed, or excuse me, the tighter and slower you peel back your transfer tape, the better. Perfect. And you can see the only part that's stuck is the little part to the top of my S, and that is no problem at all. That's just where I did use that more pressure setting, so that was fine. That was good, guys. I went a little fast and got to fix my E really quickly there, but this looks really great. So we're going to bring in our sign. Careful not to touch it too much since you did clean it. And now I'm just going to apply this down to one side here, just like so, starting in the middle. And now you can take your burnishing tool and burnish it right down. It doesn't take much. Perfect. Now you're going to take a corner and peel back. You don't want to peel up, you want to peel back. And that is flawless, guys. Look, beautiful. So cute. Okay, that went down great. Me just scraping it with my nails. Nothing's gonna come off. This looks fantastic. I love it. Okay, so next up is our Cricut brand over here. Here it is. Flip it over. We're gonna burnish. Just like so. Now we're gonna take it and remove it just like we did with the other brand. Oh goodness, guys. Okay. Push down again. Push down with your finger. There we go. We got one letter down. Oh gosh. Oh goodness. Okay. Now when this happens, guys, if you get frustrated, you can burnish again. We're just going to burnish all over again. And start on a different corner. Here we go. Remember, pull back super tight, super tight. Okay. Super tight. Oh, goodness, guys. Okay, while we're here at this stage, I'm going to try and use my pin tool to get into those little grooves here, those little areas, very gently. Okay, got that one. Okay. Got that one. We're making some progress, guys. Got our A here. Okay, moving right along. Oh, goodness. Okay, while we're here, we're going to try and get this part now. Oh, our little dots, there we go. Okay, let's try and get this little part of our V there. Well, okay, we'll try and get that later then, I guess. Oh, we're E. Uh-oh. Here we go. All right. Well, guys, that definitely took longer than expected. We have this part on our V here to peel up. Got it. And then we have this little part on our curly Q to peel up. There we go. There's a piece of backing there. Done. So, that did not weed nearly as well as the other one. Or excuse me, it weeded, it just didn't transfer as well. So we'll bring in our little metal sign again. And just to keep everything nice and clean, I know I was kind of holding this side a little bit when I was transferring the other one. I'm going to wipe and re-clean this side with alcohol. Re-dry it, make sure it's all dry. Alcohol dries super fast anyways. And now, guys, I'll be able to apply this one here right next to our other one. Just like that, holding the center, burnishing out. Okay, now just like I did before, take a corner and peel straight down. See how well vinyl loves to stick to these types of things? Super cute, guys. So, love these. Almost done. Now we just have another little sign to do with our third and final brand, which is Orcal. Yeah, Orcal 651. Have another paper towel. I'm going to wipe down our sign here, turn it around, and dry it. Now, we're going to place it up above us. We're going to grab our vinyl here, lay it down, burnish all around. Super cute. Now we're going to peel off our backing. Oh, look at that, guys. Look at that. A little bit coming off here. A little bit coming off. It's okay. Peel it tight. Uh-oh. Peel it tight. Uh-oh. That darn E. It did it on this one too. Yay. Look at that, guys. So much easier. Bring in our little frame here, our sign, and we're just going to lay this down. It doesn't have to be perfectly in the center. That's not what we're doing today. Apply it down, burnish. All we're concerned about today is comparing these in the aspects of quality. Burnishing. Okay, now again, picking it up in a corner, peeling this down. Love it. Oh, I love how these transfer, guys. These transfer amazing. So this right here is our Orcal 651 on the square one. The one on the right here is Starcraft, and the one on the left on this oval sign is Cricut brand. So now that we know how they've cut, weeded, transferred, and applied, we're gonna try and remove these very carefully. So we're not necessarily looking for ease of removal because that would mean they don't stick well, and we're not necessarily looking for it to take, you know, Goo Gone and 1,000 other chemicals to get it off, because that would mean that it could harm surfaces. What we're looking for is that it will just peel up in a way that we could be able to do if we needed to do. We don't want it to peel up instantaneously, and we don't want it to stick down with the power of might, if that makes sense. So we're just looking for a good removal if we ever needed to. So I'm just going to peel this up. Oh, guys, this is good. It's not easy to peel up, but it's not super hard. It's giving me some, it's giving me some kickback, but it's not hurting my sign. It's not damaging my sign, and it's not doing a bad job at not ripping. It's not ripping into a million pieces for me, which is good as well. This is a great vinyl. Look at that, guys. Look, I love this. So this comes up really, really well. Not too easy. This could probably withstand quite a bit. Of course, you guys know that I love to seal my stuff. So I would seal any vinyl anyways. Oh, guys. Great, great vinyl. You can see I'm really having to dig under there to get these pieces, but they do come up for me. Perfect. This is exactly what we want to see. Love it. Come on. There you go. Get this L. See if you don't get it just right, it'll give you a little bit of resistance. There we go. And our A. Perfect. Look at that. That removed pretty darn well. Let's see about Cricut. Yeah? It's removing pretty well. Also, it might be giving me a little bit more trouble. And it's ripping a bit more than our other one did. Yeah, it is ripping a bit more. Still not bad though. Not bad at all. Yeah, this is just kind of... There we go. See how it rips a little? So it's a little more rippy. Not bad though. Not super bad rippy. It'll just take you a little longer to do it. And some of you might be saying, why on earth is she even removing this? Why would she want to? Because a lot of people have signs like this that they like to change in and out for the different seasons, and not sealing your vinyl is a great way to do that so that you can peel this up and it not hurt your sign or anything like that. So last one, guys. And that one did pretty darn well too. Liked it. Those are probably pretty even. Now, last but not least, we will do our Oracal 651. And here we go. And guys, I noticed it took off some of my paint there a little bit. So yeah, it took off a little bit of my paint there on my sign. This one's by far the hardest to get up. This one is the hardest to remove. I can tell already I'm less than one word in. Which again is not necessarily a bad thing. If you're wanting it to be more on the permanent side, again guys, there is no such thing as permanent vinyl. There are companies that market their vinyl as permanent, but there is no such thing as permanent vinyl. You can remove the type of craft vinyl we work with somehow, some way. Whether we might have to get some acetone or not. But this is definitely sticking the best, which means it's the hardest to come off. Again, I don't know if that's a good thing though, because it's taken off some paint here on my frame, and it requires me to get a little more rough with my tool here. And see, I am an avid vinyl sealer. I love to seal the projects I use vinyl with. So if I choose not to seal it, it's because I will want to make a project like this. And if I make a project like this that I want to interchange out through holidays, then I want it to come up easily. I don't want to have to fight with my vinyl or ruin my sign, because nothing is worse than having a sign that you want to reuse over and over and then having little chips out of it where your other, where your other designs have went. So something to think about too, just in case. And there you have it, guys. There was the Oracal 651. There you have it, guys. Do with all of that amazing information what you will. I will not be choosing a favorite today simply because you could pick a favorite for a different reason than I did. You could have seen things in today's video that made you maybe swayed your opinion on one of the brands for a very personal choice for you. So we have used and still use all three of those brands that we showed you today. All of them cut and weeded fairly well. The Cricut brand did exceptionally worse on transferring. All of them were cut on more pressure, and some of them did give us trouble with the Cricut one. If I was a complete Cricut beginner, I could have very easily gotten overwhelmed and given up. And that, if you've watched my last video, that Cricut brand is way more expensive than the other two brands that I chose, and it did not transfer nearly as easily. So again, if you do want to see the price comparison on those, the video is down below. But I hope you did enjoy this amazing comparison on the quality of the three big vinyl brands in the world today. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Be sure to hit that subscribe button to see more amazing crafty videos like this one. Go ahead and hit that bell so you can get notified about them as well. Give this video a thumbs up and comment any questions or concerns you might have in the comment section below. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.